Hello, dear friends. What a blessing to be with you today. Here we are with another article of the Spiritist from the Spiritist magazine. This is the Spiritist magazine program, and we've met before. However, if you are new, welcome. My name is Sheyne. I am with the Spirit Society of Richmond, and here in Central Virginia, I broadcast on Tuesday evenings for this program, this most blessed resource of the Spiritist magazine. As you can find all of the issues in the Spiritist magazine from the website spiritistmagazine.org. I recommend that you visit the magazine. There is a link to our Facebook page. There is the link for both apps from Android and Apple devices. There are links for downloading the PDF version of the magazine. That's what you see on the screen right now that I'm sharing with you. And there's also a way for you to order the physical copy of the magazine. There are many articles and programs and different things you can learn from the Spiritist magazine, but also use it on your gospel at home studies, at your Spiritist centers, with children as well. Each issue of the magazine, the issue you're seeing by my side here is issue 54. It is the newest issue of the Spiritist magazine. It's the newest, brand new issue 54. And the Spiritist magazine is published about every 3 months. So this is the month we have. And normally or usually we have a section for kids as well at the end of the Spiritist magazine. There's so many different beautiful things. This is one from Umberto de Campos. A lot of these teachings are coming firsthand in English for you, published in the Spiritist magazine. World Problems by Bezerra de Menezes. What a beautiful teaching as well. From the Spirit of Truth book. At the end of the Spiritist magazine, we have different topics and these are books you can purchase for teaching Spiritist topics to your children. So you have a lot of places you can get to know this stuff. And there's a lot of things you can teach your children about. It's kitevangelio.com. Some of the magazine issues will have actual story from one of these books. And this is a beautiful collaboration between the good spirits and us, so we can bring to you. This is a translation revision from the editors all the way to you. You're inspired to be here today, and we are together talking about garden angels today. So, did you know, first of all, that you have a garden angel who cares for you each and every day of your life? In Spiritism, we believe that each and every one of us, and we know we can feel their presence, as we're going to see on this text, of a being that has been assigned and taken on the responsibility of guiding us, supporting us, consoling us, and watching over us each and every day. Even prior to our reincarnation, helping with planning and choosing of our reincarnatory plan, all the way from what happens to us after we discarnate and find ourselves in the spiritual realm. So this is a place where we can learn about the guardian angel. And if you're joining me, please say hi. We are typing on the screen the topic, so whoever comes after us can know what we're talking about. But the most beautiful part of this is knowing that you are supported. We know in Spiritism we have two realms, of material realm and the spiritual realm, and you know that you're never alone. And that starts with your guardian angel. And this article is from the original Spiritist magazine by Allan Kardec, published in 1861, as we're going to see in the end. So I'm going to make this text larger so that we can read it and meditate on it together. So this spirit, Sheyne, will tell us all human beings are mediums. Everyone has a spirit that directs them for the good when they know how to listen to it. So, fact number one, your spirit mentor, a guardian angel, a spirit guide, whichever name you want to give it to him or her. Remember, spirits don't have gender, so to your mentor, they are here with you each and every day. And they are here to direct us to the good path when we know how to listen. Have you nurtured your relationship with your guardian angel these days? Have you been able to realize their presence or his presence, her presence in your life? Have you been able to feel their loving counsel so that they can help you continue in the path of goodness? I hope so. This is a constant daily practice that we need to take up these days. And the first statement is all human beings are mediums. We are all mediums. Some are ostensive mediums. And you can learn all about mediumship in the Mediums book by Allan Kardec. All different kinds of mediumships, what kind of manifestations, how to develop mediumship, how to analyze the quality of the communications. But we are all mediums to a certain degree because the medium is that vehicle between the two realms. If your guardian angel talks to you, you can hear them. They can counsel us. We are being medium as well. And some others are, very extensive mediums such as Chico Xavier and Divaldo Franco. They can talk directly to the spirits and hear them. They can psychograph. They can do psychophony, which is speaking, allowing the spirits to use their vessel in order to help others. So you are in constant contact with the spirit world. It's up to us to learn how to listen to our guardian angels so they can guide us. That's a beautiful story, right? The spirit Sheyne will tell us it matters little that some communicate directly with the guardian angels through a particular mediumship, and others hear it through the voice of the heart and intelligence. Nevertheless, it will not cease to be your familiar spirit that advises you. Either you're a subliminal medium, intuitive medium, or you have extensive mediumship, you can hear and see. Nevertheless, your familiar spirit will be with you, guiding us, supporting us, inspiring us, never imposing, never helping us incur in evil. They'll be there waiting for us to learn how to listen to their counsels. Go to the book Life Goes On by Andrea Louise. And you're going to see a very specific example of Evelyn and Ernest after they discarnate and find themselves in the spiritual realms, hospital, and they recover. They will be the guiding voice of their family members and friends, making sure those families can redress mistakes, reunite with the bond of new reincarnations, children's and grandparents and parents, and then they will be there. They assume the compromise of at least 30 years until the players on that story come together and can come together to make that commitment to one another. And then we have this familiar spirit that advises us. The spirit Sheyne will tell call it a spirit, reason, intelligence. It is always a voice that responds to your soul and says good words to you. Only you do not always understand them. Let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. If you have your water with you, take a sip. A lot of the times we don't hear them because we're so busy. We don't take time to discern what is our thoughts, what is the thought of others, what are my feelings and vibrational patterns versus others. We are just doing. In the busyness of life, we are human doings, not human beings. We need to take that time to meditate, to do things more mindfully so we can hear that voice responding to my soul. When I'm afflicted, when I'm looking for an opportunity or something that I need to do, that voice can respond to our soul. Saying good words to us, if you're hearing a voice that is not saying good stuff to you, may still be a spirit, but it will not be your guardian angel. And then you need to seek help. You need to talk to yourself and to the voice and say, okay, I'm sorry I hurt you. You're telling me those things, but I seek refuge in the prayer. And then you can pray and call to the good spirits to help us. And you will go to the Spiritist center, to the psychologist, to the psychiatrist. You treat yourself as a multidimensional being. But our guardian angels will never tell us to incur in error. And that's part of what the medium's book tells us, is how to discern the communications we receive on a daily basis. It can be intuitive mediumship, subliminal mediumship, like most of us have, or in ostensive mediumship. And he will say here, not everyone knows how to act according to the advice of that reason, not of the reason that drags on instead of marching, of the reason that is lost amid material and gross interests, but of the reason elevates humanity above itself, that transport it to unknown regions. So our mentors will always help us move forward. They will be the touchstone of our lives, just as the laws of God are the touchstone in our conscience. They will be like, yes, you can do this. Yes, we can help you. Please say a good word to this person. Be kinder here. Be indulgent there. If we're suffering and we use the power of the prayers and the power of thoughts to communicate with our good spirits, they will be there to counsel us. It's a sacred flame that inspires the artist and the poet, divine thought that elevates the philosopher, impulse that drags individuals and peoples, reason that the common person cannot understand, but that brings human beings closer to divinity than any other creature. It is the understanding that knows how to lead you from the known to the unknown, making you perform the most sublime acts. That's when we are inspired to make that phone call, send that text, share a topic like this one with our family members and friends. When we are compelled to give the excess in our houses and declutter and give it to others. When we are inspired that we don't need as much, we can be content with what we have. Then we are blessed with the thought, let's be indulgent to that loved one who is irritating us. Those are the sublime acts. When we leave our own needs to care for the needs of others, our guardian angels will be there with us. They're there with you now. They're there inspiring you. You can visualize them embracing you. You can feel their loving presence if we take enough time to breathe in, hold, so that we can use this beautiful inbuilt system of our nervous system to calm ourselves down, to see things more clearly, to meditate on things. It says here then that your inner voice, that good genius that speaks to you without ceasing, and you gradually come to hear your guardian angels, who stretch out its hands from the heavens above. Let's go back to the beginning of the statement that we are all mediums. And then that everyone has a spirit that directs them to the good. You can now feel their loving presence and know that they are there, even if we don't see them, even if our instruments on the earth cannot detect their presence yet. This spiritual realm is much closer than we imagine or we conceive in our minds. Yet, the good spirits are there. Which influence do you want to be in touch with today? The influence of the passions that we see in the lives we go about our day and we see rage, anxious, anxiety, fear, people fighting over their names are wrong in a Starbucks cup, or someone cut them in traffic, or someone is asking them to be mindful of 6 foot distance. Is that the vibrational pattern we want to attach ourselves to? Or do we want to catch ourselves before we attune to those forces of fear and anxiety and lack of, and we can tap into contentment and gratitude and stop ourselves from being that person who is being filmed doing something which is going to look ridiculous eventually. Behaving like if we were still toddlers who don't know. But now you know. Today you know that you have a good spirit with you. If you feel despair, if you feel loneliness, if you feel abandoned, if you feel insulted, if you feel that there's no more reason, there is. God made you. And God has put inside of you the seed of divinity, the gene of divinity, as in the DNA of divinity. That's in the Living Spring, message 30 from Emmanuel. You have within you the seeds of goodness, the laws of God in your conscience. So we can pray to our guardian angels so that they can help us, that they can guide us, they can say things the right way. They can help us modulate our voices, know when to stay silent. And yes, whatever it takes for you, prayer, meditation, passes, virtual passes, physical passes, psychological treatment, and our mentors will be there. They're the voice of good next to us. It says you hear then the inner voice that good genius speaks to you, and you gradually come to hear your guardian angel. So practice that from today now on. When you go to bed tonight, pray that God grants you the opportunity of spending some time with your guardian angel, listening to their counsel, his or her counsel. When you wake up in the morning before you leave the bed, thank God for giving you another moment, another day in this lifetime, because we don't know how many days are left. So we need to use the days that we have left wisely. Is your guardian angel telling you to share the good news of Jesus? Be courageous and listen to it. Share, like, subscribe, because that's the medium. That's the powers of the Spirit that Paul talks about. He used letters. We can use the power of our cell phones to inspire and help others. We can hear the voice of the good spirits asking us to do the good, guiding us to perform the most sublime acts. And it doesn't need to be that you're going to go save an entire nation. But if you can start within your circle of influence, in your homes, in our workplaces, each and every day, gradually you'll be able to hear their voices. When the noise of the extraneous, not as important physical things that we have cultivated in our lives dies down, the voice of your guardian angel can be there. This message is a mediumistic message received by the Society of Spiritist Studies in Paris, France. That's the institution that Kardec, the first Spiritist center in the world that Kardec founded. And the report was published in the Spiritist magazine in 1861. So that's a translation for that message just for you. With the counsels and guidance of the good spirits, we are here today together to know that we have our guardian angel with us and that they can help us each and every day during this lifetime. Dear friends, I hope that this message leaves a good impression in your heart. Make sure to leave out your comments and questions. Visit spiritistmagazine.org, where you can find this issue and many more resources to nourish your soul. And until next week, when I see you again, Many, many blessings. Stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself, take care of others, and I'll see you soon, God willing. Bye bye.